Hey there, this will be a video reviewing the awesome virtual tour website of the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History. This website is great for educators to show students and the general public the wonder of this free public museum in DC. Here students can learn a lot about geologic time, the fossil record, and early human civilizations, with the museum's preservations of historical artifacts and prehistoric fossils. The website has simple media content and is super user-friendly, probably an awesome way for teachers to get students to appreciate history without actually being there and spending money on a field trip. So without further ado, let's look at some of the website's features. As you can see, the website's opening part is at the rotunda at the entrance of the first floor. At the bottom of the screen, there is a quote-unquote toolbar. On the far right, we have a full screen icon, which you can press if you want full screen. If you don't, you can also exit full screen by clicking it again. But we're going to view this whole museum on full screen. So then we have on the right side, you can ask for help if you really need it. You can show or hide hotspot arrows. We can show those. What you can do with these hotspot arrows is it brings you to other parts of the museum that are kind of popular, like the Mammal Hall. We'll click on that. If you didn't want to be here, then we have these arrow keys. The right one reverts your gaze to the right. The left one reverts your gaze to the left. We have up, reverts up, and down button, reverts it all the way to the floor, where you can see this lovely copyright image. So let's revert back up. And I want to go back to the rotunda, so what I'm going to do is press this arrow key so that my gaze is reverted back, and then I'll press this hotspot button to go back. Another feature is the zoom in and zoom out. The plus sign zooms you in as far as you want, and the minus sign reverts you out as far as you want, within reason. Move back. There we go. And then back to the right, we have the next scene and previous scene buttons. These will get you to the popular exhibit sites. If you press next scene, that gets you to the African elephant exhibit, then on to fossils, and more fossils, the iconic scenes of the Natural History Museum. Another note, these are all pictures that someone made about the real parts of the museum, so it really is literally like being there, if you can imagine that. Very authentic. But I want to go back to the rotunda, so let's go to this previous scene button. Here we are. Now, if you wanted to go to specific floors, we can redirect our point of view to the upper right-hand corner of the screen. I'll click the ground floor level, and if you wanted to get out of that, press the exit key. Here on the ground floor, you can see some things such as the museum store, a cafe, the bird exhibit, and also on this ground floor there are some past exhibits that have been recorded, like Western cultures or the Rastafari exhibit. We can look at soil. If you want to actually go to one of the exhibits, you press one of the blue buttons, and that takes us to soil. Another way that you can look around is clicking and dragging your mouse around, and it takes some skill. So you may want to have a lot of control over it, otherwise you'll be spinning all over the place and doing some weird business there. Another part of the ground floor, you can go to the museum grounds, which will show the gardens and the northeast corner of the museum. So we can look outside to these beautiful images of the flora of the museum. Thankfully, this was taken on a very shiny day. The first floor, we have different things like human origins, the ocean hall, African cultures, Ice Age, tons of fossils, and the mammal hall. On the second floor, we're going to view some exhibits here. There's the Korean gallery, and insect zoo, Egyptian mummies, geology, butterflies. We're going to look at some bones. And these blue buttons have different parts of the exhibit. We're going to go to Bones 1. Click that and it gets us immediately over there. So we can see a lot of different things. We can go to the next hotspot if we wanted to really explore the museum as if we're over there. Bones 3. Let's go to the previous scene. That brings us back to Bones 2. So you can go back to Bones 1 by either pressing the previous scene or the hotspot button. And we are back at Bones 1. Now, what's really good about the zooming in and zooming out buttons is that you can actually go ahead and read the signs so you can learn all about the exhibits. That's all that I have to show you today. I hope that you found this video useful, and I will see you.